Welcome back to PJChenDesign. This is PJ. Today I would like to show you how to use the Rhino 3D software to build a puffy square pattern. Then you can apply to your jewelry piece on the bangle or on a ring. Are you ready? Let's get started. To starting this pattern, if you watch many of my video talking about flow along surface, you know this pattern is coming from flow. But the key is how do we make this pattern with more like a continuous surface instead of like bunch of the small one. So I'm going to show you how to make the pattern first and then we'll flow to the bangle. So that's starting from the scratch. So to making the pattern that's coming into the top view, and I'm going to creating a surface, simple surface with some sort of a square-ish looking things, and this will be a simple surface, right? If you take a look on this surface and you want to turn on the control point, notice that you only have so much point to edit because the edge is the degree 1 curve, right? So we don't have much to edit. So that's using the rebuild command, and we want to rebuild it into something that we can simply to modify. So I'm going to coming into the 5 point on the 5 point on each side of my panel, and just need to make sure instead of degree 1 we want to make sure it's degree 3, and let's click OK. Now if you have point turning on, and you can see you have something like this. Let's take a look on the top view. We simply just going to moving this point up just a little bit, so you got that puffy surface there, and I want to move the one in the middle is even higher, so it will get a very nice puffing surface over there. Alright, so that will be our first one, and you can, if you feel like this is like too much at the corner, you can turn on the control point one more time. If you 3D scale those points, you will get the corner close a little bit more like this, right? So you can do whatever that you wanted to see what kind of shape that you want. Once you have it, I'm going to select this surface, and we are going to use this arrangement for rectangle array, and that's array maybe 6 of them. Y direction we want a 6 of them. Z direction we just need to have 1. Alright, and I'm going to move it from this point to this point and hit enter. If you take a look on the perspective, then we have something like this. In fact, you can flow this one directed to the ring, the bangle, but you will have a lot of, you're increasing your Rhino file dramatically. So what I like to use to turn them into one surface is we have the command, this look like a ghost looking thing, it's called drag. And you want to drag this surface. Let's say the spacing right now is 5, and then you want to drag a window. I'm gonna go from here to cover everything. If you move this one coming out, then you will get a continuous surface, right? So let me do one more time. What about instead of auto spacing, I want to creating more finer detail. So let's say U, I want to have 100, and V, I wanted to have 100. Okay, and let's see what's the difference is instead of 74 point right there, I'm creating this one, it's more point, control point on it. If you take a look on the perspective, you will see this one on the edge is more defined. If we take a look on the render view, then you will see something like this compared to something a little bit rounder. Right? So the more point that you have, the more defined edge you're going to have. Okay, so I'm going to just delete those two, and let's do one more time so we can align perfectly. So that's using the drag command one more time, and we want to get it 100 and 100 is fine, and I'm going to get it really close, something look like this. Right. While this is still on it, I'm going to draw a rectangle snapping into the endpoint to the endpoint, and using that rectangle or the square, we are going to trim the surface right there. So that way we can get a perfect fit. I'm going to moving the whole surface on the side so you can see clearly, and also take a look on the render view. By comparison, then you will get something like this. All right, so if that worked for you there, we are going to use this surface instead of this bunch of a small surface. So I'm going to hide in this one here, and we are just gonna go from here. Let's go back with the ghost view, go back to all 4 point, and we are going to coming into the front view, and we are going to creating our bangle. The size can be scaled up and down, it's not a problem. So let's put it on the side and come back to the bangle first. For the bangle, I'm going to have the size for 30 on one side, and moving up depends on how puffy you want. And we are going to create some sort of a thickness right there. Now in this bangle right here, depends on how wide you want it to have, a 20 millimeters. So I'm just going to type it 10, and this is like 20 millimeter wide. We're simply just going to creating a surface by sweep one rail. This is the rail, this is the cross section, and we'll get something like this. And we also like to try to match the pattern with the same size as possible. So let's go ahead, 3D scale from this point to this point, and we want to do 20 millimeter, and for something like that. Okay, let's go ahead to create UV curve. So using create UV curve command on this one, so now we know like how big is the area on this one. Okay, if you want this to be flat, you can just using this to create UV curve, and then you can flow over. But I forgot that I need to get it a little bit more curve, right? So instead of using flat surface, I might need to redesign this curve right there. So I do want it to be puffy. At our right view, you're going to see something like this. There's no point for you to move because it's a degree 1 curve. So let's rebuild this one and turning into a degree 3, and we want just something minimal for 5 point. And then we can moving this arc coming up, moving this coming up, something like this, and this should solve our issue for making it from flat to the puffy surface. Okay, now we have this one. Let's go ahead to sweep it. We are going to use the sweep one rail, and this is the rail, this is the cross section, and we'll get something like this. So using this one to create UV curve instead of the flat one, and we'll get something like this. Okay, so all we need to do now is kind of arrange the pattern, right? I wanted to have pattern starting from the center and go evenly on both sides. So I'm going to use the move command and moving this one to the midpoint. And notice that it's a little bit wider, that's fine. We can also stretch this one by using 3D scale, snapping from here to here and coming down there. Alright, so they should fit really well. Let's go to use the copy command, snapping from this point to this point to this point and to somewhere there. You don't need to have it all the way to the bottom because we're gonna trim it anyway. So with this one, let's go ahead to mirror to the other side. Okay, so now we have all the pattern. If we take a look on our render view, you're going to see the pattern like that. Now let's go ahead and by the way, if you don't like the one in the middle, like what I have there, you may want to creating a pattern as a continual piece. The same, instead of doing the square, you want to drop it the whole piece. Okay, so let's go ahead to making this one into a surface by using the command for surface from planar curves. And once we hit enter, then we will get this surface. I also like to moving my bangle, turning upside down. It's because I want to cut on the bottom. So let's go ahead to use a flow along surface command. And I'm gonna pick up everybody right here, hit enter. And I'm gonna pick one of the surface right there and coming on to the bottom and want to pick the corner of the target surface. Alright, so once we flow on it, then we will see the pattern look like this. And again, if you don't like the section in the middle, you might want to create the pattern into the whole piece first. Okay, so now we have this one. We need to complete it to make it into solid. So let me go ahead to hide this one so it's not bother you, and we are going to hide everything else on the pattern and just dealing with this surface right there. Now we have this surface there. We also need to creating whatever inside. So I'm going to simply is coming into my right view. And with this view, let's go ahead to creating the arc. I'm going to snapping endpoint to endpoint, and that's going bringing up somewhere about there. And this is the one that we are going to use the sweep one rail. That is your rail. This is your cross section, and we'll get something like this. Now this will be the interior. So what we have over here, turn back to the pattern that we have, hiding those on the top. I'm going to cut it open. So we simply, it's going to draw a line, snapping from the 0. Hit enter, and I may want to cut it somewhere about this, and also mirror to the other side from here and that. Okay, so I would like to trim everyone from the bottom for this pattern first, and I also need to trim it outside, and I also need to trim it inside like this. Okay, so now while we have this, we can close this part. Simply you can just cap it. If that worked for you, you can just simply using the cap command. We no longer need this surface actually, and what we need to cap is this like rigid surface. So it's like this bumpy surface. Let's go ahead to use the surface from 2, 3, 4 edges, and we want to pick up this edges and also this edges to creating this surface. And we're gonna do the same thing on this side and this, and have this surface. All you need to do is join everything together, and let's take a look on the rendering. And that's how you create some sort of a pattern like this for this bangle. Creating the pattern is not difficult. You may want to check out my course for Jewelry Cat Masterclass, where you can also join my private group coaching program. I will personally guide you through your learning process. The link is in the description below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next.